They say the first time, you have to work for it. But when it happens, it's not often the prettiest.
You stupid fuck, look what you did.
How was I supposed to know he was gonna do that?
You egged him to do it.
I thought it was an easy target. A homeless man. He was 70, been on the streets for 30 years and yet was able to survive regardless. I knew him, but he wasn't local, and I often bought him some food. He had interesting stories to tell about the good old days when people were decent to each other. Even when during the Depression they helped each other out, only to survive. Nowadays everyone's out for themselves. When they see people like him, they think nasty words like parasite, disease. It disgusted me how they would treat someone at the end of their life like that. A young druggie maybe, or some rich jerk posing as one to con out of loose change. But not this man. The world simply crapped on him one too many times.
That's true. Poor guy, if the drugs didn't kill him, then a multitude of diseases he contracted would've.
You weren't doing him a favor, you did yourself a favor by using him as a test subject.
Indeed, he was gonna die anyway. And despite my respect for him, the world wasn't gonna cry over one dead homeless man. So even if he was murdered, the cops would just write it off, unless a bunch of them were killed alongside him, much like the prostitutes of the old Ripper. I wonder if old Jackie Boy is still out there. So when I left my humble abode, I decided to do him a favor.
Oh, I love this part.
Shut up, it's your fault it happened.
I know, isn't it marvelous?
Only to you, Ed.
I wanted it to be quick, so that he would no longer feel pain. So I brought a knife with me, big enough that if I should start poking holes in him, they leak out blood and other vital fluids out explosively fast, sending him into cardiac arrest, killing him quickly. I was going to be sneaky too, and do it when he wasn't looking, but to my surprise he caught me. He kicked the knife out of my hand and made a run for it. We were by the tracks, so him screaming for help would have been useless over the loud sounds of oncoming and outgoing trains. I tackled him, intent on strangling him for making me lose my knife. He was unconscious, but still breathing, and I was about to finish the job and break his neck.
Here it comes.
This is not good.
I heard the sound of the whistle, which snapped me out of my frenzy. A train was coming, and I had to think fast. So I clocked him to make sure he stayed unconscious and ran out just in time before the train could hit me. And like that, he was gone. The only evidence left was splattered all over the tracks. I don't quite remember what happened next, but I found myself at home with my knife in my hand, clean and never used. There was no blood on me or my clothes. I was weighing over my head and I should quit right now.
That's a good idea. Stop now, before you get yourself in more trouble.
What trouble? You didn't kill him, the train did, and there's no evidence of him being responsible. He could do it again and have no consequences.
What are you doing? I thought we agreed this was wrong.
You agreed, Spirigo. I agree to no such thing. He has to do it. He has to keep doing it.
No, he doesn't, and there's nothing you can do to make him do it.
Oh yes, there is. All I gotta do is push him again. Hey buddy, you gotta admit it was pretty cool seeing him die like that.
Yeah, it was enjoyable to say the least.
Don't do it.
I bet the next one will be more sweeter. Who knows, the plane could crash on the next one.
You're seriously not gonna listen to that bullshit, are you?
Super's got a point. The odds of a plane falling on the next one is far too great, but Id's got a point too. I enjoy it. I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna perfect it so people will know who I am without them knowing who I am.
Fine, do it. I don't care anymore. This is the second time I tried talking you out of this, so from now on, whenever you do it, I'm just gonna keep throwing guilt trips at you and seeing if they'll stick.
You always have to ruin the fun. Let's go. We're in this together. Indeed.